Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. With 8.2 just around the corner, I wanted today to take a look at some of the characters that I have and what I will be maining during this patch and probably for the rest of BFA. So, many of you will know that I main a shaman at the moment. His name's Mohammed, he's my main, he's always been my main since I made the American WoW account. I used to play European and I used to main a mage, and I came over and they needed a healer. I wanted to try something different, so I decided to go a shaman. And I loved healing. It was the first time that I'd healed for WoW, so it was amazing to me. So I decided to make my second character. Now my second character is this priest. He's a Pandaren. He won't be very soon. Still deciding what I want to do, whether I want to do a Zendalari or a Blood Elf. I wanted to go Zendalari first, and I told you guys that I'd do a Zendalari, but thinking about it, I have a Zendalari now, I have a warrior, so I'm kind of thinking, do I go down the Blood Elf route, where I can get the Heritage armor, and it's a little bit different, and I like my characters being different. I don't have there's only one class I have, which is the same, or I have one race which is the same, should I say. So I enjoyed the priest. I went holy, because I'd say that that's the most kind of generic healer in WoW. And then I tried out Discipline, and I enjoyed it, and the priest is something that I am looking to go back to from a healing point of view, maybe in the new raid. For leveling through, not leveling, but for progressing through the new area of Nashantar, it's probably not going to be the best thing to do, going the Discipline. I'll be able to keep myself alive and heal myself at the same time, dealing the damage, but I don't know, I never really got the hang of the shadow damage side of it, so I don't know if that's going to limit me in what I can do. But the priest is one that I am looking to go back to when the raid comes out and we're finally able to actually raid, and it probably will be one that I look at doing the mega dungeon with. So then I move on to my third character. I think my third character. So I made the Druid. When Battle for Azeroth came out and the High Mountain Tauren were announced, I said to myself, I'd have to. I'd have to make them because it's a Tauren, and I love Taurens, and I really enjoyed the High Mountain storyline in Legion, and I just love the Tauren. At that time in Legion, Druids were amazingly powerful. I'd say in Legion, Druids were the most powerful healer in the entire game. Everybody wanted a Druid in their raid group. So I thought to myself, wow, I was so kind of naive into thinking that Druids would still be as good as they were in Legion in Battle for Azeroth. So I thought, yeah, okay, that's one that I can take through. And with the 110 boost, I thought, well, why not do it? I don't really enjoy my Druid, for a number of reasons. I don't like the playstyle of healing. It's very different compared to everything else. With the HOTS, compared to all the other ones that I'd played, the Shaman was very different to the Priest, obviously. The Shaman is more direct AoE heals, whereas the Priest was, especially the Discipline Priest, was dealing damage to heal. The Druid, the healing over time, I couldn't get my head around it, and I still can't really. However, I have been doing PvP over the last couple of days to get the mount, which I finally got, and I tell you what, Druids are a fucking pain in the ass, and the reason that is because as a mage, I don't know if it works the same way as a mage, but with a shaman, when I was trying to hex them, if they went into a animal form, I wasn't able to hex them, so it was really annoying. The only bad side about it is, because it's heal over times, and especially if you're going PvP, people can purge your healing spells. So if I put regrowth on somebody, they can take it instantly off. They won't be able to take the initial heal off, but they can take the heal over time off. So the Druid is probably one that I will level up at some point, or I will get to the progression point at some point, but it's probably not going to be the one that I do right now. Moving on to the Paladin. Now, the Paladin was the next one that I leveled up. He was originally a Blood Elf, but then I wanted to, with BFA, obviously you have the two sides of the story, and I felt like if I only played Horde, which the rest of the characters which I've mentioned are on the Horde side, that I'd only really be using 50% of what I'd brought. So I decided a couple of months ago to faction change my dwarf, so my blood elf to a dwarf, and it was really, really good. The dwarf is very powerful. As I've said in previous videos, the dwarf is powerful in the Mythic plus dungeoning. Very, very powerful with small groups. Raiding, tank healing, obviously, really good. Out of all of my alliance tunes as such, this will probably be the one that I take through, because my demon hunter is a little bit further back, and I'll go through that in a little while. The dwarf is very the paladin dwarf is very powerful at surviving in open areas, so clearing these progression kind of areas will be much easier on my paladin, and I kind of enjoy it. I enjoyed it so much. The paladin was my favourite healer for a time, but now it's kind of lacking a bit, and I've gone back to kind of my roots and my shaman and things like that. So if I can get back into my paladin, I probably won't go retribution. I'm probably just going to go holy for raiding. And if I need to do LFR for whatever reason, then I probably will go protection for that LFR stage, as it's very easy to do. So moving on to the character that I then next leveled up. I should have really put these in order, but these are the order that I put them in. So my Death Knight. Ice, or Frost, sorry, was an amazing spec, and I've still got him in Ice here. To level him up, I put him in Blood, and I did dungeons, and I really enjoyed it. But getting into the BFA content, it seemed for me like it lacked a little. So I decided to go Frost. Killing shit was fun. That major kind of damage and the cleave that you can do is amazing in the Warfronts. I haven't done Unholy. I may take a look at it, but the Death Knight is again one of those ones which probably won't level up as fast. My goal for all of my characters is to get them to about 400 before 8.2 comes out, which I think is quite a modest goal, but I think it'd be quite easy to get them to at least 380 with the heroic and mythic dungeons. So yeah, that's the Death Knight. Moving on to the Death Knight. He's dead at the moment. Don't know why. He's probably in PvP. The Death Knight was really, really fun for me. It was one which the Demon Hunter was one that was really, really fun for me because it was different. It was my kind of first proper only DPS. I didn't really try the tanking in it. I tried it for a little while, but it didn't really interest me. I didn't like the jumping around and things like that. It's very fast moving, and that's why I like it in PvP. Am I going to be leveling it again? I think the Demon Hunters were really Legion-wise. I don't see where they fit in lore-wise at the moment, and I don't really see where they fit into the story, but it's still quite fun. And their transmogs are pretty cool. But apart from that, for me, it's just another Alliance character that I can farm out gold for, really, for my Alliance side. So is it one that I'm going to be leveling up straight away? Probably not. So again, that one kind of gets pushed down to the bottom. And then I made my Monk. With the Margar Orcs, I thought Warrior at first, and then I kind of changed my mind. It was like, no, the Warrior is going to be such a cliche class to do. So I decided, you know what? I am going... Oh, and that was when Zendalari Trolls, I didn't see them being monks. So I made a Margar Orc. And I really, really enjoy it. I think I need to get back into the swing of it again. I think I played it way too much that I kind of lost interest in it. Don't really know, haven't really used racials and things like that. But leveling up was very, very easy. And monks are very, very powerful, as you well know, within the raiding, PvP, dungeoning kind of side of things. So being one of the most powerful healers has encouraged me to play this class. The only downside of it is I don't really like the DPS. The DPS is fine; it does do good damage, but I don't find it. I don't find it fun. I would say it's not unique, but it's very unique, and I think it's because of that uniqueness that I don't find it fun. So the Monk is probably one of the ones that I will level, but at the moment, I'm my Priest and my Shaman are probably before that. So then I go to my last 120. These are all 120, by the way. There's 2 characters which aren't. One of them, I'll quickly show those 2. So my Warlock is 21. This is one that I'm going to level with a friend. I thought the Nightborn, get the Heritage Armor. And the Dwarf I made because my friend made another Dwarf, and I got him to 60, and my friend got him to 60, and I've kind of just left him there. Plus, with mages, as you well know, they're pretty useless now. But I will be probably doing a mage in Classic. But that's another video. So my last 120, my warrior. So a lot of you may have seen the kind of start of the warrior series that I was going to do. And it got to the point where I was in the swing of things. I was loving leveling. I was jumping through it, and I was doing about 10 levels a day. And I thought to myself, you know what? I just want to get it finished. I got it through Legion from 100 to 110 in about 3 hours. And it was easy. Really easy. The hardest bit actually wasn't even Battle for Azeroth. The most annoying part was probably that jump between Mists of Pandaria and Warlords of Draenor. It wasn't worth tanking dungeons in Warlords of Draenor, so I just did leveling, and I got through the very first Frost Roof Ridge, or whatever it was called, and a little bit into the second zone, and that got me to 100. So the warrior, obviously it's not a healer, and that's different for me, that I wouldn't play a healer. But from a story point of view and wanting to actually progress through it, the Fury I love. It's fucking carnage. Especially when some gnome or whatever decides, if I'm in war mode and decides to sneak up behind me, I'd rip him in two. So the warrior is one, again, is probably in my top 3 that I probably will take forward to the kind of raiding level. So just to kind of clarify, on the horde side, I've got the shaman, the priest, and the warrior that I'm looking to level up and progress through. And on the alliance side, it will be my paladin. So don't be worried that you don't see the other classes. They will get there at some point, and when I kind of want to. But I feel like the warrior and the shaman and the priest on the horde side are the first ones that I'm going to do. So let me know what you guys are leveling through, and let me know if you think that I've made any mistakes, or give your let me know what you think I should be taking through. Thank you very much for watching. And if you are, this is just a shout out, if you do want to be in some videos or do some live streams, and you guys are on the NA servers, let me know. We can progress through the story together. We can join up for some raids, whatever you want to do. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.